Good afternoon. I hope everybody is doing well. And I think we will just wait a couple of seconds while people start tuning in. How is everybody's Wednesday going? Hopefully well. I'm just going to move a couple things around for a second while I wait for a couple more people to come on.
Shannon, did you ring her off?
Oh, and thankfully I was just reminded to turn off my ringer and all my notifications. So bear with me as I do that. All right. I think we're just about ready to get started. Today we are going to use some Slimline Stencils, and Brutus Monroe has some gorgeous ones. Oh, thank you, Ben.
Hi.
All right. So I think I'll go ahead and I will flip the screens now. I can see a couple of you coming on now. Darren will let me know as you appear. Who said it?
Christine, right?
Hi, Christine. All right. Hopefully we've got this in the right spot. I'll know in just a second. There's a little bit of a delay, so we'll wait for the tablet to catch up so I can just make sure that the placement of the camera is in the right place. So I want to show you the beautiful stencils that Brutus Monroe has come out with recently. There are a ton, so bear with me. You know, everybody's doing the Slimline. I love the Slimline. They are so much fun to work with. So let's just start out with this one. This one is kind of a fun one. I think it's really cool. It kind of has a camo feel to it. This one is called Ripple. I actually also think it looks like an ant farm, and stay tuned because I think I'm going to make a card with, I have the little ants from last month's inspiration box. I think I'm going to go ahead and make a card with that. And let's see, I don't want to show you those ones yet because those are the ones we're using today. So there's that one, and you can see this one's more narrow. He's got a few that are a little thinner than others.
Janice says hello.
Hi Jana, how are you? I will go ahead and show you one of them that I used. This one's called Slimline. This is, no, hang on. Simple Slim. Yeah, that's the name of this one. And I love this one. I think it's really cool. I think that's all of the extra skinny ones. Oh, hang on, maybe not. Nope, there's 6 of each. Okay, so this one is called Pathway. I think I told you the wrong name on this one. It's called Laser. I'm so sorry. This is called Laser. I was reading the name of the stencils because it's a simple slim one because it's the skinnier one. Makes sense, right? This one is called Dressing Screen. And this one I think I told you was Pathway. This one, really cool. It's called Bamboo. And this one, which I think is beautiful, is called Palms. So those are all the extra skinny ones. Let me show you.
You're kind of offset a little bit.
I'm looking at it. It's not too bad.
Okay.
I can probably move things over a little bit. Let's see. The trick is knowing which way to move them. No, I think this is the way I need to go if I do anything.
Go towards your glazes.
Yeah. I moved it a little. I think we're caught up. Sorry. Bear with me. Technical difficulties. Okay, so this one is called Ink Test. Kind of a fun one. And you get a different look going horizontally. And then there's this really pretty one. This one is called Peacock. Look how ornate and beautiful that is. Can't wait to play with that one. This one is called Tea Leaf. This one is called Lily Pad. And then I'll show you the last two, which are the two that we're going to use today. And they are, this one's one of my favorites. It's Moroccan Tile. And this one is called Victorian Swirl. So we will set those two aside. And I thought I would show you what you can do to just make a couple of elegant cards that are pretty fast and not too complicated. We won't be able to complete them all because there is one factor, and that is drying time. Because we are going to use glitter glaze. So I will show you the technique of how you use it, and then I will show you the finished card that I made ahead of time. It does take a little while for it to dry. I would say at least an hour. So let's start with our Victorian Swirl. And I do have a little bit of the Pixie Spray already sprayed on there. If you're not familiar with Pixie Spray, I usually show it in my videos. This is Pixie Spray, and you can just spray a little bit of it on the back of your stencil, and it'll make your stencil stick down to your paper a little bit tighter, and so it makes it that much neater, especially if you're using something very wet. I don't know how I ever lived without it now that I have it. And Darren, thank you Darren for moderating again, and he'll be putting up the links. And make sure if you have any questions or anything that you go right ahead and ask. I love it when you do. Who have we got on? Have we said hi to everybody who's on so far?
Everybody's talked, you said hi to.
Well, if you're on, don't be shy, because we do like to say hi to everybody. Okay, so we're going to use, this is called Glitter Glaze, and Brutus Monroe carries this through their subscription program, and also you can buy it separately. But honestly, this is so cool. Now that I've been playing with it some more, I'm telling you that the subscription is a great way to go, because you can't, some of the glazes won't be available if they run out.
Sylvia says hello.
Hi Sylvia. Okay, so right now it doesn't look like a lot, but there is some shimmer in there, but it's I'm showing you mostly how you put it on there, but the drying, after it dries, that's when you really see how cool this stuff is. So once I show you the finished cards, then you'll understand why I like this stuff so much. And you just use your little spatula and glide it across. And you just kind of want to make sure you're filling up your holes. And I like to stay kind of even. Some days I do better than others. Now another thing you want to know is that
Margaret says hello.
hi Margaret. Once you have all of your glitter glaze applied, you don't want to leave your stencil there. You want to take it off fast, because it will stick to your paper and it will be a mess. So you are going to want to take your stencil right off, and you are going to want to rinse it right off. And I just use water, a little soap and water. Okay, so this one is ready to peel away. And let's go ahead and see what we've got.
Margaret said she's excited to try Slimline card.
They are really fun. It's fun to have a little bit more real estate to play with. It's just fun to have another new canvas, right? Okay, are you ready? Here comes our reveal. Okay, so then we would let that dry for a couple of hours. And I'm just gonna set that aside so I don't put my hands in it. And I hope you will forgive me, but I'm gonna hurry and rinse this off. Or at least get it wet so it will rinse off when I go to do it. Good thing that I craft in my kitchen, huh?
Linda said she just received that stencil in the mail.
Who said that?
Linda?
Ah, Linda?
Melinda.
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 Sorry, Darren, you have to talk louder. Our air conditioner is right behind me, so I have a hard time hearing them across the room. Plus I'm with the running water right now. But Melinda, I love that. Aren't they beautiful? There are so many fun ones in this collection.
Laura
Okay.
and Janet, and Laura says hello.
Hello.
Laura.
Hi, Laura. Okay, I think I've got my stencil where I can come back. Sorry about that. But you do want to clean them right away. So you can tell I mean that quite literally. All right, now we're just going to wipe off the excess that we have on our little mat. And I think for fun, I'll just go ahead and show you that card first so you can see it dried and compared to wet. So let me just get this up, wipe off our spatula a little bit. This is one of those things kind of like the gel plate where it's kind of messy, but once you have it off, go with it and have fun with it. I like to do all my messy stuff at once. Okay, so this one's cleaned up, and this is the card that I made with that stencil. I think you can see that. Can you see all of that glitter in that glaze? And that is the Alabaster. So easy, I just had to pop a ribbon and sentiment, and this sentiment is actually from, this one is from the Super Sentimental stamp set. Tons of amazing sentiments. There's two that I'll use today, and I love them both. There's
Sherry says hello.
Hi Sherry. So there's Super Sentimental and there's Extra Sentimental. Both amazing stamp sets. Use them all the time. Pretty much every time I make a card, I think. Or pretty darn close to it. Okay, so I think that I showed this. Oh, it's backwards, but at least you can kind of see it. Wish I could figure out how to get the camera just how I want it, but
That's a beautiful card.
oh, thank you so much. Okay, well, let's go on to the next stencil. Oh, I will show you another card I made. I'm not going to demonstrate this one because I didn't realize when I was making it that the glitter glaze that I used is actually not available anymore. So I'm just showing you possibilities. There's tons of glitter glaze colors in the kits, in the subscription kits, but I haven't bought a ton of them yet. But I used one called Leprechaun and one called Autumn Leaves for that one. And like I said, they're not available anymore, but they are really pretty. And that one I used with, that one was the laser stencil. Kind of fun, kind of different. It's not my norm, but I think it's a fun one. So we will move on to the next card. Okay, so for this one, I thought it would be fun to see what the glitter glaze would do on top of a metallic cardstock. So I've just got this silver here.
Elaine is on.
Who is?
Elaine.
Hi, Elaine. And we are going to use, I was kind of thinking in my mind about those little tin tiles that people use, like they used to use them in kitchens a lot, like ceiling tiles and stuff. But I just wanted to see what silver on silver would look like. So let's go ahead and play with that. So I already have my Pixie Spray pretty well sticky on there. And I'm just going to go around the edges because as I scrape the paste off, I sometimes catch those edges. You can trim them down. I definitely do often. But just in case you don't want to trim down your panel, it gives you more options if you tape it off. I don't think there's any other edges showing. I think we're okay the rest of the way. Okay, so this is silver glitter glaze. And we're just going to do the same thing. If I can open the jar, there we go. Okay, so we're just going to take our little spatula. Sometimes you might want to stir it up a little bit. This one doesn't look too bad though. We'll just go ahead and and smush it across, I guess. And this dries quite a bit darker than it looks. I love how much glitter these have in them. I mean, they are packed full. There's no way that your card is not going to have some sparkle and shine to it. If you're a sucker for a little bit of sparkle like I am, Glitter Glaze is for you.
Seal says hi.
Hi, Seal. All right. So we're just going to smush that up the top. The only tricky thing is when you do use a color on top of itself, then you have to be more careful about your coverage to make sure you can see well enough to see that you've got good coverage. We're almost there. All right, I think we're about ready to peel this one. And then you can just scrape the excess back into your jar. I'm all about that. Is anybody, what was that?
Elaine said you have to clean the Pixie Spray off your stencil right away. Remove it from the card.
You know, honestly, what I have found out about the Pixie Spray is once you put that on, keep it always on the same side, because I tried everything I could think of to clean it off, and your stencil stays a little bit tacky no matter what you do. And I even asked more people who had used it longer, and they said the same thing. So yeah, you know, the glaze itself you need to wash right away anyway. Let's go ahead and peel that. And we will let that sit for a minute. But the Pixie Spray, like I said, it's kind of a commitment when you use it, but it's definitely, I think it's well worth it. Okay, 1 second. Just getting the bulk of this off of the stencil so it doesn't stick to it forever. Thanks for being patient with me while I'm off camera. All right, I think I've just about got it. All right, so that's how long it takes to get it off. I mean, I really pretty much have all of it off of my stencil. I can show it to you. I just don't want to drip on the card. So I'll move that over a little. You can see it doesn't take much to take it off. So we'll set that aside to dry. And I will show you how cool it looks when it dries, because it really, I really like the way that this silver dries. It's really cool. Let's go ahead and wipe some of this off. We'll use our wipe to get our spatula clean. All right. Okay. So the card I made with the panel, let me show you. You can see how much darker it dries. All that shine comes out when it dries. Isn't that pretty? I just love all of that glitter in there. And then these little guys, these are some of my favorite dies that Brutus Monroe has. I did use the circle dies on something, on the first card I showed you, and the second one actually. But I want to show you these because they're just this cute little set. It's just kind of, you know, this tiny little set, but it's so useful. So I just used, I didn't want a lot of florally stuff. Oh, thank you. I know I kind of got a little heavy-handed with my spritz after, but you know, the whole thing was put together. Isn't that the way it usually goes? And you know, you want that one last touch. And of course, all of my flecks kept going on top of the sentiment, but such is life. I think we'll all live through it. But anyway, these little guys just made Just gave me just the little added touch that I wanted, because I wanted to keep it fairly simple. But I wanted a little floral without being flowery, if that makes sense. So I really liked how those worked. They are I go to these a lot. And these little guys, I mean, you don't even have to use them for flowers. You can just have little bursts of starbursts or whatever on your page. So this is the Flower Builder die set. Let's see, I'm gonna move this because I know me, and I know I will put my hand right across it. Surprised I haven't already. Oh, I can see my shirt. I want to show you my shirt. Darren actually designed this. Kind of fun, huh? All right. Does anybody have any questions? I kind of just breezed through those pretty quick. But I knew that they wouldn't be dry, so I needed to make them ahead of time. Any questions?
Not so far.
All right. Well, it was kind of short and simple today, but if you want to look up these stencils, they are sold as a group. You can buy them as a set.
Show all the cards together.
Okay. You can buy them as a set, or you can buy them individually, and they are on the Brutus Monroe website. You can follow the links Darren provided. And this one I did a little bit smaller. You can see I've got 2 different sizes of the Slimline. But there you are. So I hope if you haven't tried the glitter glaze, that might be something you might find fun. I found them really fun, and like I said, you saw how easy these came together. The only thing that I did that was very laborious, I guess is the word, is on this little trim, and that wasn't even hard. I just put some glue dots and stuff on the back of this and then wrapped some twine around it, but honestly, it was really, really fast to go together once my glitter glaze was dry. All right. Well, thank you so much. Let me flip the camera. Oops, sorry, there's my big old hand. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate that. I appreciate your support, and I have so much fun doing these, and I will see you again. I try to keep them consistent, so it'll be Wednesday at 3, unless something unforeseen happens. What?
Elaine wants to know if you can sell the stencils again separately.
Yes, I can do that. All right, do you want me? I'll just show them this way. Okay. So this one is laser. And that one's one of the skinnier ones. Remember, there's 6 that are skinnier and 6 that are wider. So that one was laser. This one is palms. This one is bamboo. This one is dressing screen. This one is ripple. This one is pathway. And then these ones are the ones that are a little bit wider. This one is lily pad. You can kind of see the little, I love that. This one is called tea leaf. This one is called peacock. It's actually called Kara's peacock. And this one is called ink test. And they named it that because they said every time that you look at it, you kind of see something new. So that's kind of a fun name for that. And then the 2 that I used, they're kind of wet. So this one is Moroccan tile. And this one is Victorian swirl. All right. Any other questions? No, no questions? All right. Well, thank you again, and I will see you next week, and I hope you all have a great week. Bye.